Hey everybody, it's Hylian Alchemist, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Red. In the last episode, we made it to Lavender Town, and, well, we didn't really do much there. We did go in Pokemon Tower, but that's about it, really. Well, we did defeat, Asface, but, again, that was it. In this episode, we are going to head over to the next town, which is, of course, Celadon City. And we're just facing against, this weird line of trainers that are just standing there. Although it's actually explained that the reason why they're staying like that is because of, you know, the gatekeepers. All because they are just too thirsty to even let anybody through. Yep. Logic at its finest. And that right there is Nidorino. So we actually get to see the female version of our Nidorino, even though it's not really ours right there. I didn't actually mention, like, something about the Nidoran lines, like, you know, for male and female. The females are more defensive, while the males are offensive. So I thought I would just, throw that out there, but I kinda do prefer offense, so that's why I went for, the Nidoran male line. Not to mention its final evolution is badass. I really love its final evolution that will see later on in this LP. We're not going to evolve it now, but when the time's right, then we'll do so. Anyway, so yes, I have finally returned after a very long hiatus. That is mainly because I was not in the mood to do any commentary or just finish off any videos because, for one, family problems, and for another one, I had to go to a funeral for my dad's best friend. He was killed in a plane crash, so my heart goes out to his entire family and all his friends. So anyway, you're a Meowth person. Okay. So there's probably not going to be much to say as of right now. I mean, I think what I mostly remember in this video, like, you know, when it comes to hiatuses and how I would just record footage for the episodes, but then I haven't commentated, or I just waited for a long time until I commentate over them, I might forget some details, to be honest. I mean, I would still mostly remember the most basic things, like, I know that we are about to reach Celadon City, and of course, like I do with every town we visit, I would just explore the entirety of said city. And I also still know some things as well. So we got another gambler here. It's Poliwag. I didn't get to explain about Poliwag first time we encountered it. I actually did use a Poliwag in one of my Pokemon games, and that was in, I think it was in Heart Gold. Or was it the original Gold? I can't really remember. Poliwags, whenever you face them, they also can get pretty annoying. Like, they can use Hypnosis sometimes. And there's its Evolve form, Poliwhirl. It does evolve by level, I think it was either 20 or 25, I can't really remember off the top of my head. And it does evolve again by use of an evolutionary stone, which is a water stone. So I think just about one more trainer to go, I do believe so. Should be right up there. And that's probably just another super nerd, which I do believe that I would cut off, and yep, sure enough I did. Seriously though, I'm already running out of ideas on what to say here, to be honest. What is there to talk about? Well, I know we're about to reach the next town, and there's another underground path. And yeah, when it comes to underground paths, there are a lot of hidden items in them. But, as you can see, I am not gonna bother just picking them up, because I would have to look up another walkthrough, or, like, I don't really use the item finder in this game because it kind of does get a little confusing at times for me. But I haven't bothered to look up a guide while I was recording this because, well, you know, for one thing I was recording, but The other reason, I was just too lazy. So anyway, here we are in Celadon City. I would just, well, accidentally reading the trainer tip sign. And that's where it's talking about the battle items, like the X accuracy or dire hits. So then, Celadon City, the city of rainbow dreams. And it is a very big city here with lots to do. Not exactly the largest city, though. That honor goes to Saffron City, which is right in the center of Kanto. And yeah, if we had a bike. Well, I already have a bike, so lucky for me. But yeah, I also didn't really bother to use the item finder in this game, because it does kind of get a little confusing. I would say, though, the only kind of item finder or dowsing machine, as it's called, starting with Gen 4, that I use a lot is the one in Gen 5. It's without doubt my favorite dowsing machine of all time. It just makes it very easy to pinpoint the locations of hidden items. It tells you exactly where they are, if you just pay attention to where the arrows are pointing. And there is a Poliwrath. Well, we clearly see a different looking Pokemon. Well, it actually has the same sprite as a Pokemon called Rhydon. But, you know, the overall menu sprites are pretty limited. Well, which is understandable because this is on the Game Boy. So, really couldn't handle all the menu sprites for every Pokemon, just the battle sprites themselves. Although this was fixed in Gen 3 and onwards. So now we're inside the Celadon Mansion, and there's actually something interesting if we go up another floor. You see lots of people here. Where is this, you may ask? It is, without a doubt, the Game Freak headquarters. So this guy wrote the story. He's apparently a ladies' man with all the female gym leaders here. He's a graphic artist. He's the one that drew us, mainly just using pixels, which is all he ever did. And this is the game designer. If you actually complete your Pokédex, which is probably one of the toughest things, because in order to do that, you probably either have to, well, actually, bottom line is, if you actually do complete your Pokédex, then, he will give you a special diploma for that. Which isn't really much. It's, like I said, just completing the Pokédex is merely for bragging rights. And doing that, just getting the diploma is merely your bragging rights reward, so that's all there is. Which, of course, could be another pain in the ass if, well, considering the fact that, there's rarely any people nowadays who have the, who have any, Game Boy cartridges, except for some, with me being one of those people. But it still would have been tough either way, because, you would need a link cable, another Game Boy system, and another red, blue, or yellow game. But if you don't have anybody else to find, if you don't have those, then, well, it's gonna be tough. And there's a guy that claims he knows everything. It's Pamphlet on TMs. There are 50 TMs in all, and there are also 5 HMs that can be used repeatedly. The Self Company. And what is this? Well, hang on, there's another trainer tip. So using Game Link cable. Yeah, this is where they'll tell you about the Game Link cable. And what is this item ball right here? It is none other than... Wait, that's not an item ball. It's an Eevee! So yes, we have now obtained an Eevee. And also, yes, for what you can see, I'm actually nicknaming my Eevee. That actually means that I'm adding this Eevee to my team. And that's going to be our final member in our team, ladies and gentlemen. That would be our Eevee. And I'm going to name him Mizu, because Mizu is, well, Japanese for water, if I remember correctly. And, if you already know, well, those of you already know by now, well, or maybe, no, those of you who don't, Eevee has quite a number of evolutions. No one knows the evolution Pokemon. Its genetic code is very irregular. It may mutate if it is exposed to radiation from element stones. Which is what I'm going to be doing now, just looking for some stones. So yeah, Eevee is a very unique Pokemon. It has, like, many choices. Well, only 3 choices in this generation, but it gets more in later generations. Well, only for Gens 2, 4, and 6. Well, 2 for Gens 4 and... Well, no, Gens 2 and 4, and only 1 in Gen 6. But in this game, we have a choice of, well, just 3 choices for evolving Eevee. We can use either the Water Stone, Fire Stone, or Thunder Stone to evolve to either Vaporeon, Flareon, or Jolteon, respectively. But yes, for that kind of reason, why I called it Mizu, which is, of course, Japanese for water. Well, again, if I remember correctly. I am going to evolve that Eevee into Vaporeon. Because for one thing, I don't really have a water-type Pokemon in my team, and we are probably going to need to at some point. Not only that, but I actually really love Vaporeon. It is one of my favorite evolutions. The other one probably being Umbreon, and I think that's about it, though. But I still do like the rest of the evolutions, even though there might be some that I haven't really used yet. This guy right here, finished Pokemon. He is going to give you TM18, which contains Counter. Counter will only work if your Pokemon's slower. I think. That's what it does. Otherwise, it won't work at all. But yeah, I haven't actually explained this here. That's the Celadon department store. Just like the Pokemon Mart, you can buy anything you want here, but unlike the Pokemon Mart, it has many more things that normally a Pokemon Mart wouldn't carry. Like it doesn't just carry potions or revives and whatnot, or Pokeballs, but it can carry, like, many other things, such as TMs, stat enhancers, or battle items. It can carry those. And this is also where you can buy elemental stones as well. And RPG, there's no time. Oh, come on, Red, don't be such a party pooper. And it's only on this floor where you can buy those elemental stones. Pokédoll for your girlfriend. Okay, that's nice. I can just, well... I heard something. This fool can run from... Okay, that's basically how Pokédoll works. Just by using that, then you can... It's actually a surefire way of escaping for wild Pokemon. But it can be rather pointless because you always have the run option. Unless your Pokemon's slower. Oh yeah, and also this is right here where I'll be buying both the Thunderstone and the Water Stone. Because 2 of our Pokemon need to evolve. Well, I'm going to evolve 2 of my Pokemon, and for the Thunderstone, which I think is what I'll use first, I'm going to use that Thunderstone on our Pikachu. Well, my Pikachu, actually. I don't know why I just said R. So we are finally going to evolve our Pikachu. Now it has evolved into Raichu. And yeah, you can actually use Thunderstone to evolve your Eevee as well into Jolteon, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use the Water Stone instead. So, let us go ahead and evolve Eevee right now. So, Mizu is evolving. Let's wait till this process is over. And Mizu is evolved into Vaporeon. And, just a little reminder here, if you're playing Yellow version, like, because of how in the anime where Pikachu does not want to evolve at all, same thing goes for your Pikachu in Yellow. It will not evolve into Raichu whatsoever. It's gonna stay Pikachu, so you're gonna have to get used to it. And I would just get done with your Pokedex entries on those 2. Lives close to water. Its long tail is rigged with a fin, which is often mistaken for mermaids. So yeah, as much as, I mean, I kind of do think Pikachu is okay. I mean, you know, it's alright. But I will say that I do prefer Raichu. It is one of my favorite Electric-type Pokemon of all time. But some others, but Raichu definitely is up there. And this is where you can buy the stat enhancers and the and those battle items where you can just raise the stats during battle. And yes, just like with all the other just how, like, when your Pokemon is affected by anything, like, you know, if their stats are raised or lowered, it'll just reset itself if your Pokemon switches out. It's the same thing goes for those battle items. So what we're going to do here is that we're just going to go and use this vending machine to get us a drink. Some fresh water. If you give each drink to that girl over there, then she'll give you a TM, but since I am gonna be a cruel and heartless bastard, I'm not gonna bother with that because I'm just gonna use that fresh water for something else. And yeah, at least there's this elevator here, so you can just take some shortcuts if you want to. So now that we have the fresh water, we say we just go ahead and hop on our bicycle because we are going to give that fresh water to a certain somebody with a very ridiculous reason to not let us through. You know who I'm talking about. That's right, it's a Saffron Gatekeeper. Well, gatekeepers actually, but there's just only one. So, here you go, buddy. Here's your drink. So, can you please let us through? Yes, thank you very much. We would very definitely love to go to Celadon City. Thank you so much. I really don't know. They don't know why you just felt the need to not let us through just because you are thirsty. I can never really understand that. So here's Saffron City. The only reason we're here is because, well, you see, for one thing, Saffron City is pretty much overrun by Team Rocket, and we can't get in there right now. Well, get in this building. But the only reason why we're here is because we actually need a certain item that we can get if we go inside this house, and thankfully it's not blocked out by a Team Rocket member, otherwise I would be pissed. And yes, of course, we wanted this TM29, you knew exactly, that's why you're called Mr. Psychic. He'll give you the TM Psychic. It is, of course, as the name entails, a Psychic-type move. And it is damaging, it lowers the special stats, sometimes. And I'm going to teach it to Ariala, because, you know, surprisingly, our Clefairy does, it can learn Psychic. Even though it's not really Psychic-type, I don't have any Psychic-type Pokemon with me. But, you know, for one thing, if you guys already know in this gen is that, Psychic-type moves are, like, utterly broken in Gen 1. And that is the reason why I just decided to just teach my Clefairy Psychic, because, well, I figured I would just go ahead, you know what, I can just break the game like that. So, in the meantime, after all that's said and done, I am just gonna stare right into your soul. Okay, I don't know, I just randomly said that. Now, that's the Eatathon contest. We can't really ever enter here in that contest because there's just no other way. So, no more slots for you. You just gave up on gambling, which is pretty good. So, he's going to give you a coin case, which of course we can. You actually do need that coin case if you want some coins for one place that we're gonna get to later on, which is actually kind of weird, especially for an 11-year-old here who's a protagonist. Poster of the game corner. Oh, sure. Surely there's never gonna be a secret switch behind the poster. That would be ridiculous. How exactly could there be a secret switch behind a poster? That would have been so weird, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be weird? A secret switch behind a poster? Of course that would be. It's beyond belief. And I do believe that is the hotel, well, the Celadon Hotel. Yeah, no, it's a hotel for people. There's no stairs here for some reason, so I don't know how it's called a hotel. Yeah, sorry for your luck. Oh yeah, here's something which of course, look at this here. There is an invisible PC right here on the spot. Yeah, seriously. I actually never knew that until I watched an episode of the Super Game Brothers playthrough of this game. My mind was utterly blown by that. I'm not even kidding. My mind was utterly blown. Because, you know, after years of experiencing the game, like, no matter how many years you've experienced the game, there's still something you haven't discovered yet. It's just amazing like that. Just there being an invisible PC. It's really well hidden. And I think there was hidden game data in this game where there was originally supposed to be a PC, but they actually got it scrapped. But then they actually left behind that little data that would have activated the PC. So anyway, here is the game corner, aka the casino. And yes, that is where you can do some compulsive gambling. I don't have better things to do. I just want to gamble. Let me gamble here. And yeah, that is a gym guy. That's where he's talking about the gym leader, who is Erica. But we're not gonna do we're not gonna do that just yet. We'll just do that later on. So talk to some people here, and they'll give you some coins, like either 10 or 20 coins. And if you look around a bit, like if you just keep pressing A on some of the tiles, sometimes you'll be finding some hidden coins, which is actually what I'm doing now. Just see, this is where you can find some coins. Like I just found 100 coins. You would need a guide for this because I don't think you can use an item finder in a building. So you might need to look up some sort of guide for those hidden coins, but that's something I just want to throw out there. And this is where you can actually purchase for some more coins if you actually want some, but you don't want to spend your money on those. Especially you can just play the games for luck, or just look for them on the floor. So yes, there's a slot machine. That's right. An 11-year-old kid doing some compulsive gambling. Nice. That's just nice there. It's pretty neat. Because hey, if the Sonic series can get away with it, then just why not Pokemon? Later on though, because of the changes in the the European rules, like the changes in Europe. Starting with Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the game corner is going to entirely change to Voltorb Flip. Well, actually, no, not starting with Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Only in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That's where we got Voltorb Flip. Which is a rather stupid game, that I really don't like whatsoever. But you actually get hooked into it if you start playing it. And I really shouldn't be doing that, but I just couldn't help it. But I still do think it is a stupid game. And a rather cheap one at that as well. But then afterwards, more accurately, starting with Gen 5, that's when, there's no longer any game corners. And even in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, there still is a game corner in there, but the sad thing is, it's closed. It is utterly closed. Even in Mauville City, which is where it is, and it's actually entirely updated to make itself look like a shopping mall. But they still added the game corner in there, but they just still closed off entirely. So, like, seriously, what the hell? Or I guess it was probably meant to be some sort of Easter egg, or just a reference that there was a game corner in Mauville City. But that's just about it, so... It was ultimately pointless, and... What the hell? What are you doing here? Oh. Well, okay, I guess... Somebody's defensive over a fucking poster? Okay, then. Well, we got this guy to battle here, and we can just use this Vaporeon. One thing I will say about Vaporeon, for one thing, like, it has some pretty big, HP, like, it's more emphasis on HP, which is why it's at 104 in total, well, it's maximum HP. So I think it all depends on, well, for some kind of stats that some of the evolutions would have. Can't remember much else off the top of my head. But what I know is that Vaporeon is it's pretty good HP wise. It has a large amount of HP. So, anyways, we just go ahead and knock down this Team Rocket guy. There's all the boss. Okay, well, I see this very plain poster here. I mean, come on, it's just a poster. I mean, why was he being so defensive about it? I just don't get it. What's so special about this poster? There's really nothing special about it at all. But I guess we'll just have to find out more about it in the next episode, because apparently the game wants us to. Oh well. So, anyways, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Red, we are going to probably just take a closer look at the poster and just find out why he's being real whiny about us wanting to take a look at it. So we'll just see. So until then, see you guys later.